Bill Russell fighting for it, but it's Lou Hudson that takes it away. Long pass down the corner, and Joe Caldwell too hot to handle.
And there you see the fast break on the part of the West that we've seen so much in the second quarter. The fast break by the West, they've been running, they've forced the game for the East, and as a result, they've brought it to within 5.
Havlicek, Russell, Lucas, Robertson. There's Havlicek and Monroe. For the Eastern All-Stars, as Wilt Chamberlain comes up with another rebound. Turnovers, the East has 10, the West 11. Jeff Mullins to Caldwell. And now the West is within 3 points of the Eastern All-Stars, who had a big lead of 16 points at the end of the first quarter, 35-19.
And the West putting a little pressure on the East, forcing Monroe and Robertson to set up the offense out a little further than they normally would.
Live and in color from Baltimore, Maryland. The Bullets, Monroe. Baylor on the rebound, the Los Angeles Lakers star. Look at him move, trying to get past Jerry Lucas. Gives out to Chamberlain at the foul line. This is Jeff Mullins in the corner to Lou Hudson. Robertson defensively for the East. And Robertson is called for holding.
There's Lou Hudson going on Oscar Robertson. There you see the foul by Oscar. He reached in and grabbed him, and Lou Hudson fouled.
Watch out.
Lou Hudson is at the foul line. And now it is 60-58. The West is within 2 points. The West the underdog. And the East, Oscar Robertson is fouled by Jeff Mullins.
Foul number 24.
Mullins now has 2 fouls as Oscar Robertson, appearing in his 9th All-Star game, goes to the line.
The West is almost completely relying on Wilt Chamberlain to get the rebounds. With Lou Hudson and Joe Caldwell and Elgin Baylor, they're starting that fast break early. Wilt is getting the ball and getting it out. As a result, the West making a strong comeback here.
Elgin Baylor driving on Jerry Lucas. Outside to Wilt Chamberlain, to Caldwell, guarded by Monroe. This is number 23, Lou Hudson. 22 is Baylor. A basket count. Basket count. Let's watch it again.
There you see the great body control of Elgin Baylor driving on Bill Russell, using the body and extending the arm for the basket. That is what has made Elgin Baylor the great forward he has been for the past 10 years, Chris.
And now he can tie the ball game up. He does. 61 all, with 10 minutes and 4 seconds remaining in the third quarter, live and in color from Baltimore. Now that is the 4th time that the game has been tied. 3 times in the first quarter, early. At 2-2, 4-4, 6-6. Now 61-61.
And you see the defensive play on the part of Wilt Chamberlain. He's been a tower of strength on the boards, but he's been picking up men, cutting through, and guarding Bill Russell very closely.
Havlicek and Russell. Chamberlain on the defensive board. Havlicek. 63-61. Joe Caldwell from Arizona State, member of the Atlanta Hawks, stolen by Havlicek, and Ohio State star hits the deck. Foul called.
And it was a foul on the front court, so John Havlicek will be awarded only 1
Foul
shot.
number 27, Joe Caldwell.
If you just joined us, we're back here at the Civic Center in Baltimore for the complete live color coverage of the second half with 9:36 remaining in the third period of play. Let's pause for a moment with a score of the East 63, the West 61.
28 years ago, your father was pacing the floor waiting for you. Ah, but you've changed a lot since then. We're John Hancock, and we feel when your life changes, so should your life insurance. John Hancock is the fastest growing major life insurance company in America, and so who would know more about change than we? You remembered to make your new bride your new beneficiary, but now that you're about to have a family, is your old insurance still enough insurance? A Hancock man can update your life insurance coverage to keep up with your changing life. So whenever something changes, congratulations. Now call John Hancock, the growing and changing life insurance company for your growing and changing life.
John Hancock, huh?
To prove again that there is contact in NBA basketball, Jack,
So we see John Havlicek on that last foul being guarded by Joe Caldwell. And John, losing his balance, going down, being nudged by Joe Caldwell, and there surely is contact.
And, of course, Havlicek will go to the line. One of the West All-Stars unable to play in this game. We hope he's enjoying our telecast. Jerry West, the great star of the Los Angeles Lakers, sustaining a groin injury, unable to play in this game, replaced by Gail Goodrich and the Phoenix Suns.
That's John Havlicek, 8 points in this ball game. The West on the attack.
They're trailing by 3 points now. The Blue Devil misses the shot. Here's Bill Russell now of San Francisco, giving to Havlicek of Ohio State. And what a beautiful fake he put on Lou Hudson. However,
Offensive foul on
an
16,
offensive
Jerry Lucas.
foul on Jerry Lucas, and that is his third personal. 9:21 remaining in the third period. Elgin Baylor. Hudson. Beautiful. 64-63. The leader in assists thus far in the ball game is Lynn Wilkins of the West with 5. Here's Oscar Robertson. Joe Caldwell.
From Wilt Chamberlain. Wilt on those boards, looking down the floor, and the West sending all 4 men down on the fast break. And Joe Caldwell on that play getting the layup.
And now the West is in the lead for the first time by 1, 65-64 with 8:42 remaining in the third quarter, Jack. Trailing by 16, they have come on strong.
A great comeback. And there you see Wilt Chamberlain, number 13, who has led the way for the West.
Russell to Jerry Lucas. Chamberlain on the rebound, number 13. That is 7 rebounds for both of the Lakers. Joe Caldwell to Lou Hudson, guarded by Earl Monroe. 67-64.
A little mismatch there on the part of the West. Lou Hudson getting the smaller Earl Monroe on the side and taking advantage of the height and putting it up and in over Earl Monroe.
Oscar Robertson.
3 seconds.
Still battling under the boards. Hal Greer gets ready to come in along with Willis Reed of the New York Knickerbockers. There's Elgin Baylor, number 22. Joe Gashu, Norm Drucker are the officials of this game. There's 15, Hal Greer of Marshall University, and Willis Reed of Grambling College into the lineup for the East.
And Wilt Chamberlain has not had to worry about Bill Russell's outside shot, and as a result has been able to stay inside, clogging up the middle on defense, but more importantly, being in there for the rebound.
Marshall outside weave now as Oscar Robertson goes around a Hal Greer pick. Chamberlain and Russell battling along with Havlicek. And Wilt sort of toying with the opposition and getting the ball over to Joe Caldwell. The West leading 67-64. About 7.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Greer on a steal. For the East, it's Hal Greer. Willis Reed of the Knickerbockers. Russell and Havlicek of the Celtics. Robertson of the Cincinnati Royals. While for the West, they now have the ball. Elgin Baylor, Jeff Mullins, Wilt Chamberlain, Lou Hudson, Joe Caldwell, who now gets it. Baylor. Now they pull away to a 5-point lead after trailing by 16.
And Elgin Baylor there showed his ability to handle that ball and control the ball while going for the basket.
He now has 11 points in the ball game. He is a co-winner of the Most Valuable Player Award back in 1959, along with Bob Pettit, who won it several times. Chamberlain fouled on the play. That's his second, as Oscar Robertson now goes to the line. Robertson for the East.
Chris, nobody in any real foul trouble on the East. Lucas with 3, Robertson with 3, and Monroe with 3. On the West, nobody has more than 2. So fouls not seeming to be a factor in the game thus far.
Well, Chamberlain committed the foul. In this quarter, the third, he has 5 rebounds with 6:56 left in the period, 69-66. And the red team, or the West All-Stars, decide that they should gather their forces with 6:53 remaining, third quarter. The West is in the lead over the East, 69-66.
This little demonstration is strictly for smokers who've never tasted a Camel cigarette.
camel smokers, you know what we mean.
I'd walk a mile for a camel.
You other guys, start walking.
Ever since Roger Dion started smoking Prince Albert, he never goes anywhere without his pipe. That's because Prince Albert smokes cool and smooth with no bite. You get that great natural tobacco taste you can stay with all day long. And PA stays fresh thanks to the handy foil pouch. Try Prince Albert today, and you'll never go anywhere without your pipe.
Next Friday night, January 24th, ABC Sports will bring you the French-American Challenge Cup ski race from Aspen, Colorado. An exciting, revolutionary concept in ski racing will be used as skiers ski side by side against each other rather than against the clock. There are a lot of male stars like Guy Perrier of France and America's own Billy Kidd, as well as the female skiers, the stars, as Annie Famose, and Judy Nakel of the United States. That's January 24th at 9, 8 Central Time. And then Wide World of Sports on Saturday afternoon will feature the Champions Track Meet from Los Angeles, and also Vince Lombardi, legendary coach and football figure, will analyze the Super Bowl game of last Sunday. All this on ABC's Wide World of Sports Saturday afternoon.
Chris, in this quarter, the West hitting 6 of 9 for 67%. But the East, 1 of 11 for only 9%. So the East very cold here in the third period.
And with Chamberlain's rebounding, we have Baylor and Caldwell outside. Hudson and Mullins were in the corner. Now Mullins comes back outside, looks for a pass from Caldwell, instead finds Baylor, number 22. Reed, number 19, guarding on the play, and Reed is tackled with a personal.
Reed, of course, Chris, a little out of position here. He's been playing center for the Knicks as a result of the recent trade, so he was forced to guard Baylor at forward there, and might be a little unaccustomed to playing the forward that he's been playing the center for the Knicks thus far. There are 24 All-Stars here. 23 of the 24 stars in the game have scored thus far. The only guy to be shut out is Hal Greer, last year's most valuable player of the Eastern All-Stars. Well, as Baylor shoots, I'd like to remind you that That's Life, starring Robert Morse and E.J. Beaker, will be back in this same time period next Tuesday night with guest stars Bill Harris, Agnes Moorehead, and Rodney Dangerfield, so be sure to watch. Willis Reed, NBA All-Star Game, making it 71-68. And there you saw a tactic we might see on the part of the East. Reed at 6'10", taking Baylor at 6'5" inside, and Bill Russell clearing the middle to let him work one-on-one against Baylor. Oh, beautiful. Jeff Mullins of Duke University, a native of Lexington, Kentucky, 6'4", up and in. This is 73-68. Now Robertson.
Okay, I have hold.
Guarded by Mullins. Havlicek picked up by Hudson, number 23. 14, the Big O. Chamberlain blocking it, knocking it away. Oscar thought it was a goaltending infraction. However, Baylor has the ball. Caldwell in the corner. Russell on the rebound. Out fighting Chamberlain. Robertson. Willis Reed. And the native of Louisiana, and possibly the best fisherman, although Jerry West may take offense to this, Willis Reed of the Knicks, who gave us a long dissertation about his fishing skills last night, Jack.
He sure did at dinner. We see Wesley Unseld on the sidelines. I think Bill Russell, not being able to hit outside, you'll see Wes Unseld come in because he was a pretty good outside shooter. For Jeff Mullins, putting it up and in over Hal Greer.
And now Mullins has 10 points. Tenacious Jeff Mullins. And now Hal Greer looking for his first point of the ball game at Madison Square Garden last year before nearly 19,000. He won the MVP award. There'll be one here tonight, so you choose the player you believe is worthy of the award. It's 75-72, the West leading with 4.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Both coaches going with the lineup for about 8 minutes here in the third quarter as they started the second half, but now we see substitutes coming off the bench. Hal Greer. Greer to Robertson. Basket count. And it appears that Elgin Baylor may have picked up that foul here at Civic Center in Baltimore as our live color coverage of the NBA All-Star Game will continue with the West in the lead 75-74.
Did you ever visit a place where you could just feel the strength of tradition all around you? A place that almost shouts of heritage and depth of purpose? Then you know what a visit to the Pabst Brewery is like. Roots run deep here. Pabst is the oldest brewer in Milwaukee. This is the home of good old-time beer flavor. And that's what's switching so many people to original Pabst Blue Ribbon. Today, there's someone waiting for every glass we can brew. Pabst is the only beer in America with good old-time beer flavor because it's still brewed the original premium way. 4 words tell it all. Good old-time flavor. No other beer has it. Original Pabst Blue Ribbon, brewed by the first of the great Milwaukee brewers.
This Saturday afternoon, following the Professional Bowlers Tour telecast from Tempe, Arizona, ABC's Wide World of Sports will have the Champions Track and Field meet from Los Angeles, featuring such stars as Bob Seagren, Bob Beeman, Willie Davenport, and Ron Clark of Australia. And then also, one of the truly remarkable stories in sports history, the story in the world of sports this week, the Jets upsetting the Baltimore Colts 16-7 in the Super Bowl. Vince Lombardi, the Green Bay Packers, will analyze films of the game's key plays exclusively for our Wide World of Sports audience. And also will present the ABC Wide World of Sports 1968 Athlete of the Year Award. So don't miss Wide World of Sports this Saturday afternoon at 5/4 Central Time. Robertson now 5 of 12 from the field, 42%, 5 of 5 from the foul line, 15 points. Six for 6 from the line.
And Wes Unseld in for the East. The East has to get a little outside shooting from the pivot, so Unseld will try and bring Hayes outside, who is in for Chamberlain now.
Now the ball game has been tied up 5 times at 75 all with 3:58 left in the third quarter. Baylor getting Reed to get out of position and causing a foul.
Chris, we have a great matchup in the pivot here with Wesley Unseld and Elvin Hayes, the 2 top contenders for Rookie of the Year honors in the NBA, playing one another head-to-head. Should be a great battle.
Native of Washington, D.C., Elgin Baylor, who became the 3rd player in NBA history to go over the 20,000-point mark earlier this year. Chamberlain and Pettit ahead of him. Now he has 14 points in this All-Star game. So there's a battle going on for top scoring. Robertson and Baylor's. We have 3:49 left in the third quarter. Wesley Unseld, number 41, native of Louisville, Kentucky. Here's a native of Indianapolis, Indiana, giving back to the Kentuckians. That was Willis Reed. What a soft left-handed hook.
A versatile performer. He's played forward, center for the Knicks. Lenny Wilkins driving through the middle.
Ball game tied for the 6th time. On the floor, on his knees, that was Jeff Mullen. Billy Cunningham replaces John Havlicek for the Eastern All-Stars. While we have Jerry Sloan of the Chicago Bulls replacing Jeff Mullen of the San Francisco Warriors for the West. Unseld. Don Kojis trying to rebound, and Unseld comes back and gets it.
And West, the Western All-Stars have Elgin Baylor guarding Wes Unseld. So Unseld enjoying about a 30-pound weight advantage on Baylor, and you can look for him to take Baylor inside. On the other hand, Unseld guarding Hayes at the other end. So the West not allowing Hayes to guard Unseld.
And, of course, that is a matchup, Jack, that a lot of viewers and spectators have looked forward to. What a pair. And this, of course, there you see is averaging nearly 9 assists a game. He has 9 points thus far in tonight's All-Star game from Baltimore.
Now with Chamberlain out of the game, Chris, it opens up the boards a little bit for the East. He has been inside there, so Unseld and Willis Reed will have a little more freedom on the boards here.
You just joined us. We'll set the lineups for you. The Eastern All-Stars have the ball. This is Hal Greer. Number 14 is Oscar Robertson. 41 is Wes Unseld with that lead pass. 19 is Willis Reed. 32 is Billy Cunningham. Robertson. And now the East has regained the lead.
And Reed working beautifully with Robertson, setting the pick, shaking Robertson's man free for Oscar to have an unmolested jump shot.
Oscar Robertson now, top scorer in the ball game with 18 points, and there he goes to the bench as we have a timeout. With 2:29 remaining in the third quarter, the East leading the West, 81-79.
She dreams again of the man she met. Something about him she can't forget.
There's something about
When he held her close, it was very clear. Something about him made him nice to be near.
There's something about
The aftershave girls can't forget. Aqua Velva. Have you tried it yet?
Hi there. So what's he doing in my shop with his electric razor and Williams electric shave? Okay, so the electric shave does make your whiskers stand up. So it does lubricate your face and give you a close, comfortable shave. So, a shave that feels barber close with your electric razor? Sure enough. Look for the big L. First letter in.
Bill Russell takes a seat on the West bench. There we have a little adjustments being made by Oscar Robertson, who in all-star competition in 8 previous games has a 20.5 average, a top field goal percentage of 51%. Wow.
Of course, Chris, I played 6 years with Oscar in Cincinnati, and each night he shows you something a little different. He's a very versatile all-around player, perhaps the best all-around player.
Jerry Sloan of the Bulls to Lynn Wilkins. Wilkins of the Eastern All-Stars has his shot rebounded by rookie Wes Unseld. Driving hard is the man we've been referring to, the Big O.